All right.
Jamila again. To Minister Vaz, your initial response to the Auditor General's report on Starlink was one of complete rejection. This morning, you seem to be almost going back on what you're saying with a clarification. Are you now accepting the fact that you did, in fact, breach the procurement guidelines?
Thank you very much. My press release stated my position. What I am commenting on now is the commentary that has taken place subsequent to that, and the fact that it has boiled down to the question as to whether or not, as minister leading the procurement, that was a breach or not. My position is very simple. I'm justifying my position while basically paying respect to the AG's department and her for her job that she does, because I do not wish to become in a controversial position with any agency of government. My position remains that I justified today why I did it, because I believe it's important to clear the noise so that people hear from me directly as to the position that I have taken. It's a very simple position. I didn't have to comment, but that's not my nature.
So just to follow up, is that yes, you accept that you breached the procurement guidelines?
I accept fully what was said by the AG in relation to me getting involved in the procurement. However, what I'm saying is that in a national emergency, I did what I needed to do as Minister of Telecommunications and Minister and co-chair of the Advisory Committee for Relief and Recovery for Hurricane Melissa. I will say it again. If unfortunately next year Hurricane Darrell or Hurricane Dana comes and I find myself in the same position, yes, I will have to get written up again. Extreme times require extreme actions. People suffering, people to be evacuated, search and rescue, can't wait on a procurement process that takes weeks, especially when you have an agency advice that you can go to direct processing. If I didn't do what I did, those Starlinks would not get into the system for at least 1 month in a national disaster.
All right.
Question,
Thank you.
Minister. So then, in that context, then, would you then agree that there should be changes to legislation to make things like this easier for you to do in the future?
That's a no-brainer. Our Prime Minister has already spoken on this issue, and I look forward to what takes place going forward, because that's an absolute no-brainer. You cannot have the same guidelines in normal times that you have in extreme times. And therefore, the fact of the matter is that if that's what obtains, and there's only procurement for normal times, then we have to use our judgment as persons who have been elected and persons who have been appointed to do what is best to represent and protect the people of this country. And for that, I have no apology.
So would you then say that one of those legislative changes would be to empower ministers such as yourself to do what you
I
did?
don't know. No, I don't think it has to do that. I think it just has to deal with emergency practical solutions. It doesn't have to specifically deal with Starlink. It's just emergency as against normal times. And what obtains in emergency to be able to get the reaction that you need when people are out there dying and suffering.